Dear students, Namaste and welcome back to a new mathematics session. In the previous session, we have discussed the basic concepts of sets from chapter 1 and we have solved problems from exercise 1.1. And in today's session, we shall discuss the types of sets, subsets and power sets. We will also discuss problems from exercise 1.2 and 1.3. Let's begin today's session. First of all, let's discuss the empty set or null set. Here, a set which does not contain any element is called the empty set or null set, or we can call it as void set. A set which does not contain any element, the number of elements of that particular set will be 0. If there is no element, that means the number of elements inside the set will be 0. Such sets are called empty set or null set, or another name is void set. The empty set is denoted by the symbol phi. This is the symbol we use for an empty set, and also we can use these brackets, this type of brackets, but inside the bracket there is no elements. So these are the two notations we use for the empty set. Let's consider some example. Through examples we can make this concept more clear. Here b is equal to x such that x is a student presently studying in both class 10 and 11. Just to see the statement here, x is a student presently studying in both class 10 and 11. Is it possible to study a student in both the classes at a time, class 10 and class 11? It's not at all possible. So because of that, there will be no element in this set, because the statement saying that the student should study in both the classes, that is not possible. So because of that, we cannot include any element in this set. So this is an example of a null set, no element at all. So because of that, B is an empty set. A is equal to set of all x such that x is a natural number less than 1. This is also when you go through the statement, natural numbers starts from 1, 2, 3 and goes up to infinity. Here what the statement says is x is a natural number less than 1. So natural number starts from 1. It is not at all possible to have a number which is less than 1 and which is considered as a natural number. It's not possible. So this is also a null set. And next is finite and infinite sets. Finite and infinite or infinite sets. Here, finite set, first of all, if the elements of a set can be counted, it is a finite set. So here in the null set there will be no element, means the number of elements will be 0. Here means finite set means the number of elements of a set can be counted. It is a finite set. Let's take an example. A is the set of natural numbers less than 6. So less than 6, natural number starts from 1 and goes up to infinity. So here set of natural numbers less than 6 means 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this can be counted. So A is equal to set of all 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have written the elements, and when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there. It is countable. So because of that, this is called a finite set. And next is an infinite set. Infinite set means, of course, as the word says, the number of elements will be infinite there. For example, let's go through the definition first. If the elements of a set cannot be counted, that means if the elements are infinite, it is an infinite set. Let's take an example. Here, B is equal to set of all natural numbers. So set of all natural numbers, as we have discussed before, natural numbers starts from 1 and goes up to infinity. So we cannot count natural numbers. So because of that, it is uncountable. Because of that, it is called an infinite set, example of an infinite set. But here in this case, natural numbers less than 6, there is a condition is there, less than 6 means up to 5 elements we can count. But here all natural numbers they are saying, because of that we cannot count it. So that's why it is an example of an infinite or infinite set. Next we shall discuss equal sets. Here two sets are equal if all their elements are same. Two sets are equal if all their elements are same. Here also let's take an example. A is equal to set of all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and B is equal to 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Here you can check. First element is 1. The same element is here in the B set. And next is 2. The same element is here in B set. And next A, when we take 3 is there, and here also 3 is there. 4 is the next element. It is here also. 5 is there. 5 is in B also. So exactly the same elements in both the sets A and B. Of course, the order is different, but the same elements are there in both the sets. So because of that, we can say that A and B are equal sets. So we can represent it by using the symbol, as we know that equal to symbol only we have to use for equal sets. So A equal to B. Next we shall discuss the exercise problems. Exercise 1.2, first question. Which of the following are examples of the null set? There are 4 questions are there, so we have to identify which one is an example of null set. As we know, by definition, null set means there will be no element in the set. The number of elements of a set is 0, then we can say that it is a null set. No element should be there. Let's see the first question. Set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2. Set of odd natural numbers divisible by 2. We can see here odd and divisible by 2. Contradiction. So anyway, let's check. Natural numbers, we know that it is 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. And here odd natural numbers divisible by 2. Odd natural numbers divisible by 2 means odd number means from here we can see odd number. There is 3. Of course 1 is there. 1, 3, 5, 7 and go and it goes on. And here the numbers divisible by 2. Odd numbers we cannot divide with 2. That means in this set there will be no element. Means it is a null set. So remember, each and every statement is very carefully we have to go through it and we have to identify whether the elements are there in the set or not. If there is no element, then we can say it is a null set. Next is set of even prime numbers. Set of even prime numbers. We know that prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. are prime numbers. Prime numbers means numbers that will be having only the number and 1 are the factors. Or prime numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 1 and the number itself. Here, among the prime numbers, only one even number is 2. So, here what the question is, set of even prime numbers. Even prime numbers means, of course, it is there, 2 is there, only one element will be there, that is 2. But we are asked to find out whether it is a null set or not. Since there is one element in the set, it is not a null set. The next is a set of all x such that x is a natural numbers, x less than 5 and x greater than 7. X is a natural number. X means a particular number. That number should be less than 5 as well as greater than 7 also. Remember, x is a natural number and x must be less than 5 as well as less than 7. Both the conditions should satisfy. So here natural numbers less than 5 means we will be writing 1, 2, 3 and 4. Natural numbers less than 5 as per the first condition. Likewise, natural numbers greater than 7, if you check, it is 8, 9, 10 and 11. Greater than 7 means it goes from 8 onwards up to infinity it goes. Here the thing is that you have to choose one number, that is x. It should be less than 5 as well as greater than 7 also. Both these conditions should satisfy. It is not possible. One number satisfying simultaneously these two conditions, it's not possible. A number cannot be simultaneously less than 5 and greater than 7. These are the two separate conditions and separate numbers. One single number cannot follow these two properties. So because of that, there will be no element in this set. So it is a null set. Next is y such that y is a point common to any two parallel lines. Here also directly we can write the answer, but let's check. Y is a point. Y means a particular member of the set is a point common to any two parallel lines. Of course, let's check the parallel lines, means they will never meet anywhere, means there will be no intersection. So there is a point common to two parallel lines. Common point means these two lines should intersect somewhere, then only we will get a common point. That is called point of intersection. Since these two are parallel, they are not going to meet anywhere. Just if you extend it, it goes like this. Means there is no common point. Parallel lines do not intersect. Because of that, there is no common point. So this statement, as per this statement, there will be no element in the set. So it is a null set. Next, we shall discuss question number 2. The question is, which of the following sets are finite or infinite? First of all, the first question, the set of months of a year. There is a second question, set of 1, 2, 3, etc. And third question, 1, 2, 3 up to 100. And fourth question, the set of positive integers greater than 100. And fifth question, the set of prime numbers less than 19. So let's discuss one by one. The set of months of a year. Here we are asked to find out whether the sets are finite or infinite or infinite. Finite means the number of elements is countable. Inside the set, whatever elements are there, we will be able to count and write the total number of elements. Infinite means, of course, we cannot count. It goes up to infinity. First of all, the set of months of a year. As we all know that in an year, there are 12 months are there, starting from January to December. So there are 12 numbers are there. Means it is countable. The number of elements of that particular set is countable. So because of that, the set is finite. Next one, when you check here, this etc symbol is there, means it shows infinity. 1, 2, 3, etc. it goes. Means it is uncountable. We cannot count the elements of the set because there is etc. is there. It shows the infinity. So because of that, it is an infinite set. Next is 1, 2, 3, etc. 99 and 100. And here the last element is there, 100. Starting from 1 to 100, the number of elements we can count easily from this set. So because of that, the set is finite. Next is the set of positive integers greater than 100. Positive integers greater than 100. Greater than 100 means it goes like 101, 102 and goes up to infinity. Because greater than 100, there are infinitely many numbers are there. It is not possible to count. Because of that, the set is infinite. The next one is the set of prime numbers less than 99. Less than 99 prime numbers starts from 2. And 2 to 99, how many prime numbers are there? We will be able to count it. Because of that, the set is finite. Next question, question number 3. State whether each of the following set is finite or infinite. Again, the same type of questions only, and there are 5 questions are there. This you will do it as homework. Next, we shall discuss the 4th question. In the following, state whether A equal to B or not. Means here 2 sets will be there. You have to check whether these 2 sets are equal or not. As per the definition of equal sets, if 2 sets are equal, then they should have exactly the same element. If they are not having exactly same elements, they are not equal sets. Anyway, let's check the first question. A is equal to set of all A, B, C, D, and B is equal to set of all D, C, B, A. Let's check first element A. Here A, when you check, the same A is here. B, if you take, it is here. C, if you take, it's here also. And D, when you check, it is here. There is no additional element in any of the sets. So exactly the same elements. Because of that, we can write each element of A is same as each element of B. Therefore, A is equal to B. Next is A is equal to set of all 4, 8, 12, 16. And B is equal to 8, 4, 16, 18. So let's check. Here 4 is the 4 is the first element, and next here when you check, 4 is there, 8 is there, both the sets, and 12 is in this set, but 12 is not here in this set. 16 is there in both the sets, and 18 is in B but not in A. Means it is not exactly the same element. So we can write 12 is in set A but not in set B. This condition is enough. We can say 12 element of A but 12 not an element of B. Either you write any one of these 2 statements. Okay, no need to write both. This is in English statement we have written, and this is mathematical symbols. I think this is better. 12 element of A but 12 not an element of B. So because of that, A not equal to B. Then third question, A is equal to set of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and B is equal to set of all x such that x is a positive even integer and x less than or equal to 10. So here, of course, the elements are mentioned in roster form, but this is in set builder form. We have to identify the elements. X is a positive even integer. Even integer means 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. And it is less than or equal to 10. Here equal to symbol is there because of the 10 also included. So let's write it. A as it is will be there, and B, when you write x is a positive integer, x less than or equal to 10 means numbers which are less than 10 they should be even number also. So 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So here less than or equal to symbol is there, because of that 10 also included. If this equal to symbol is not there, means we will be taking only up to 8. Clear? A and B are having exactly the same element. So because of that, A and B are equal, that is A equal to B. Move on to the fourth question. A is equal to set of x such that x is a multiple of 10. B is equal to set of all 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc. And here, first set, this is in set builder form and this is in roster form. First of all, we have to write this one in roster form, then only we will be able to compare the elements. Here, A is equal to set of all x such that x is a multiple of 10. Multiple of 10. Multiple of 10 means we know that it is 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. up to infinity. And B, when we write, B is equal to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as it is given, etc. Let's compare it. Here, 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there. When we compare set A and set B, the elements in set A are there in set B. But you can see in set B there is 15. That 15 is not there in set A. And here 25 is there. That is also not there in set A. So we can write just one element is enough. 15 is not an element of A, but it is an element of B. That's what it is mentioned. 15 element of B, but 15 is not an element of A. So because of that, these two are not equal sets. Next, we shall discuss question number 5. Question is, are the following pairs of sets are equal? Give reasons. We have to check whether these sets of pairs of sets are equal or not. And we need to write the reason also. Of course, we are familiar. We have written reason here also. Let's check the first question. A is equal to set of 2, 3 and B is equal to set of x such that x is a solution of x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. This is okay because we know the elements, but here it is mentioned in set builder form, x is a solution of x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Means we have to find out what is the solution of this equation. And this is a quadratic equation. It is quite familiar. We have learned in class 10. We know different methods to solve this equation to find x and y. Sorry, x. Here x square plus 5x plus 6. I am using splitting middle term. When you check here, the product means the first term and the last term means 1 and 6. 1 into 6 product is 6 and the sum is 5 middle term. So product 6 and the sum 5 mean 3 and 2 are the numbers, because 3 plus 2 is 5 and 3 into 2 is 6. So we have to split this 5x as 3x and 2x. So x square plus this 5x we are splitting 2 and 3, 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Why we have splitted means 2 and 3 adding time we will get 5, 2 and 3 multiplying time we will get the product 6. So x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. We have splitted the middle term. And in the first two steps or the first two terms there is x common. Here is x, here is also x. And in the second two terms there is 3 common. Here there is 3, here there is 6. 6 contains 3. So let's take out the common factors. Here when you check x into x plus 2, in the first two steps, first two terms I have taken x outside. Means in the first term there is x balance and the second term there is 2 balance. And next is plus. In these two terms there is 3 common. As I have discussed before, 3 is common. When you take 3 outside, from the first term 3 out means x only balance, that is written. And from the second term 3 out means we will be having 2 balance, because 3 2s are 6. You know that this method because we have discussed or we have learned this one in class 10. And in these two terms there is x plus 2 common. Here you can see x plus 2, here also x plus 2. So let's take out x plus 2. If you take common, here in the first term there is x balance and in the second term there is 3 balance. X plus 2 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. Product 0 means their individual terms also can be also 0. That means x plus 2 0 means we will take plus 2 minus right side going means it will be coming as minus 2. And x plus 3 0 if you consider, when you equate with 0, x will be this plus 3 going right side means it will be coming as minus 3. So x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 3 are the solution. Since this is only a rough calculation to find out the values of this set, that's why some steps are avoided. So if you feel it is inconvenient, then you can write here the steps like either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0, something like that. You can extend it. It's not a matter. So here we have got the answers as minus 2 and minus 3. That means B is having set of -2 and -3, but A is having only 2 and 3. Sign differences are there. Means they are not exactly the same element. Because of that, A and B are not equal sets. Next, we shall discuss question number 6. That is, from the sets given below, select equal sets. There are a few sets are given to us, like A, B, C, D, up to H it is given, and from here we have to ask to find out equal sets. Which are the sets? They are equal. We know that equal sets means they should have exactly the same elements. So here there are 4 elements, here there are 4 elements, here also 4 elements. You can check these 4 elements, anything is equal or not. Here 2 is there, but here 1 is not belongs to A, so these 2 no need to consider. And when you check these 2, we can check there is 4 is there, but 8 and all not there, so these 2 also no chance. And here there are 4 elements, that is 3, 1, 4, 2. You can see here 3, you can see 3 is here, then 1 is in B also, 4 when you check it is there, and 2 also it is there. That means B and D they are equal. Then we can check here these 2 elements not at all equal, because here there is an alphabet is there, and here 1 minus 1, here minus 1 1, so of course these 2 are equal. And here 0 1 negatives here in these 2 sets. When you check these 3 sets, 2 element sets, there is 0 and 1 are not there exactly. That means here E minus 1 1 is there, and when you check here G, there also minus 1 and 1 is there. Of course order is different, but they are exactly the same elements. So there are 2 sets, 2 pairs are equal. One is B and D, and another one is E and G. So these are the 2 equal sets from the given sets. Next we shall discuss about subset. In the previous slides we have discussed about a set. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects or functions. Here we are going to discuss about a subset. What is a subset? If all elements of set A is in set B, then A is a subset of B. All elements of set A. There is a first set, that is set A, and second set B. All elements of this set belongs to this set also. Then we can say A is a subset of B. Let's take an example and discuss. A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first 5 natural numbers, and B is equal to first 10 natural numbers. So here it is highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2 elements, or these 5 elements are same in both the sets. And B is having some other elements also, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, some other elements also there. A is having 5 elements, the same elements are there in B also, and B is having some additional elements as well. So if all elements of set A is in set B, you can see here set A elements, all elements are in set B also. Then we can say that A is a subset of B. Here A is a subset of B. Since every element of set A is in set B, we can say A is a subset of B. Then how do we represent? We write A is a subset of B like A, then this is the symbol subset of, we read A is a subset of B. We have to read as A is a subset of B. Then there are some properties of subsets. Let's discuss. There are 2 properties. The first one is empty set is the subset of all sets. So if you are asked to write the subsets, we can include empty set along with all the subsets. Means whenever you take a set, empty set is a subset of that particular set. Any set if you take, empty set is a subset of that particular set, and every set is a subset of itself. So the same set itself you can consider as subset. Here you can see A is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same set you can write it as subset of A. So subset is equal to set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means subsets 2 property we have studied. All sets, if you consider, empty set you can take as a subset, and in all the sets the same set itself we can write as a subset. So these are the 2 properties. The next one, there are some notes we have to. Let A and B be 2 sets, and if A is a subset of B and A not equal to B, then A is called a proper subset of proper subset of B, and B is called a superset of A. When you read this line, nothing will be understood. So let's discuss. point by point. Let A and B be two sets. You see here, A is one set and B is another set. These are the two sets. Let's take. A is a subset of B. It is clear. Every element of A is there in B as well. So A is a subset of B. Condition satisfied. A not equal to B. Exactly the same elements are not there in A and B, because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is not there in A. So because of that, these two are not equal sets. Condition satisfied. Now there are different names are there for A and B. That is what here it is mentioned. A is called a proper subset. This A is called a proper subset, and this B is called a superset of A. A is called a proper subset of B, and B is called the superset of A, because all the elements of A is there in B, and B is having some more elements also. Because of that, A not equal to B. So A is a subset of B, and A and B are not equal sets. Then A is called the proper subset of B, and B is called the superset, because superset means there are some elements additionally is there comparing with the A. That's why B is called the superset of A. So this is what this statement says. If a set has only one element, we call it as a singleton set. Means only one element in a set is there, means number of elements of that particular set is 1, then we can call that set as singleton set. Here this is the way. See, for example, this set is having only one element, A, set of A. It is having only one element. So it is an example of a singleton set. And here in this slide we have discussed one symbol, that is subset. So let's recall it. This is the symbol for that, and we read it as subset of. And not a subset of also symbol is there, that is this one. So this is not a subset of. We read as not a subset of. Next, let's take some examples. Let us take the set A is equal to set of 1, 2. Set of all 1, 2. Here there are two elements are there in the set. Number of elements of the set is 2. They are 1 and 2. Let us find the subsets of A. How to write the subsets of A, that is what we are going to discuss. And in the previous slide we have discussed some properties of subsets, that is every set, that particular set itself is a subset. Means you can write a set of 1, 2 as one subset, and one more subset in general we can write, that is phi, means null set. So two subsets already we know. So let's write it. First of all, phi. Then that these two element set we can write it last. Okay, then first phi we have written, then each element we can take one single one, first element, that we can write as a set. This is one subset. Then here next element is there 2, that also we can consider as a set. Then set 2, this is another subset. Then all the individual elements we have taken, then we can go for this set itself, that is set of 1, 2. So phi 1, set 2, set of 1, 2. These all sets are the subsets. These 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the subsets. And you can check here, when you collect all these subsets as a set, means you can see now separately we have written, and in this step what we have done is we have collected this as a set, means set notation is there, then phi, set 1, set 2, set 1, 2, again close the set notation. Means this is considered as a set of all subsets. These are subsets, and here when you write it is set of all subsets. So this is called the power set of A. So we have written, we have taken a particular set A, then after that what we have written is we have collected the, or we have written the subsets, and then we have taken, or we have written as a set of subsets. So these set of subsets are called the power set of A and written as P of A. So the definition of a power set is the collection of all subsets of a set A is called the power set of A. Collection of all subsets. We have written subsets first, then we have collected together as set. So collection of all subset of set A is called the power set of A, and it is denoted by the symbol P of A. And in P of A, every element is a set. So in P of, you can check here, this is P of A, and each element, this is phi, this is set 1 is an element, set 2 is an element, set 1, 2 is an element. So each element is a set. Remember this one, in P of A, every element is a set. A is a set with n of A is equal to m. a particular set is there and it is having m elements, number of elements of A is m, then it can be shown that n of p of A, number of elements of p of A is 2 power m. This is a formula, okay, we have to just keep it in mind. If you want to find out the number of elements of a power set means just 2 power m. M is the number of elements of A, single set which is given to us. Okay, n of A is equal to m, then power set of A formula, number of n of p of A, number of elements of power sets of A is equal to 2 power m. Next we are going to discuss about the universal set. Universal set is the set which contains all the elements of the other sets. All the elements of the other sets means all the other sets elements together when we collect and put, we will get universal set. Let's take an example. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, one set. B is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, another set. C is equal to 6, 7, 8, third set. So there are 3 sets are there. So let's find out the universal set. Universal set will have all the elements of set A, B and C. A element, B element and C element. All these 3 sets elements will be there. That means 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Then 3, 4 it is there here also. No need to repeat. Then 5, 6 is there. We can write. Then 6 already we have written. Then 7 and 8 you can see here. So all the elements of set A, B and C when we include, we will get a universal set. So you have to note that all the sets are subsets of universal set because this is the parental set we can call. So this is the bigger set and from this set only all the subsets, all the sets are the subsets of this universal set. So universal set is the bigger set and from the universal set only all the small sets are formed. These are called subsets of the universal set. Move on to the exercise questions. Exercise 1.3. First question. Make correct statement by filling in the symbols subset or not a subset in the blank spaces. So this is a symbol for subset and this is for not a subset. First of all, set of 2, 3, 4 and the next is there is a dash is there. Here we have to fill the appropriate symbol. Next set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just to recall this subset properties or definition. This is a symbol of subset. This is not a subset symbol. A is a subset of B if all elements of A are in B. All elements of A, first set, must be there in B. Then we can say it is a subset. So here you can see 2, 3, 4. So here 2, 3, 4. It is there. Whatever elements are here, all elements are in this set. That means this one is a subset of this one. So since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has all elements of set 2, 3, 4. So we can say that 2, 3, 4 is a subset of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So writing should be very careful. Okay, first set you have to compare with the second set. Then you have to write a second set has all the elements of the first set. Therefore, first set is the subset of the second set. Second one, A, B, C dash B, C, D. It is quite clear. First set and second set when we compare, B and C is there but A is not there. So we have to write this B, C, D is not having elements, all the elements of this set. So we have to write set B, C, D does not have all the elements of set A, B, C. Therefore set A, B, C is not a subset of B, C, D. So here when you compare first set and second set, first set A is not there in the second set. So these are not subset. First one is not a subset of the second one. And the third one is set of X such that X is a student of class 11 of your school. There is a dash X such that X student of your school. So here X means X is a student of class 11 of your school. Your class 11 student, one of the class 11 student. And another set is the entire students of the school. So surely this is a part of this one. One student from class 11 is a part of the students of the entire school. So surely the students of class 11 would also be the students of the school. This is an element of this set. So X such that X is a student of class 11 of your school. First statement is a subset of the second set. Next is X such that X is the circle in the plane dash X such that X is a circle in the same plane with a radius 1 unit. So here all circles will be coming. Universal definition. This is X is a circle in the plane with any radius will be coming. And here X is a circle in the same plane with a radius 1 unit. Here only 1 unit circle are there. Here 2 unit, 3 unit, up to infinite radii will be there. So surely this is not a part of this set. So circle in a plane can be any radius, not only 1 unit. So x such that x is a circle in the plane, that is this one is not a subset of the second set, which is having a radius of 1 unit. Next, fifth question, x such that x is a triangle in a plane, there is a dash, we have to put subset or not a subset here. X such that x is a rectangle in the plane. So here there is a triangle is mentioned. Triangle is not having any connection with the rectangle here. So these two are entirely two different sets, and these elements means the elements of this set cannot be a member of the elements of this set. So we can say that this is not a subset of this one. So we can write, since a set of rectangles does not include the sets of triangles, because of that first set is not a part of or not a subset of the second set. Next is set of x such that x is an equilateral triangle in a plane. So here it is an equilateral triangle is mentioned. We have to fill here set or subset, sorry, subset or not a subset, and here x is a triangle in the same plane. So here x is an equilateral triangle in a plane. Equilateral triangle, we know that there is a triangle, 3 sides are equal and all angles 60 degree. This is the first set. And the second set, when we consider, it is a triangle in the same plane, any triangle. So here comes all types of triangles, and it includes equilateral triangles also. So this set, the elements of this set can be the member of the elements of this set as well, because this is only equilateral triangle, and here equilateral triangle and all other triangles also included. So surely these elements can be a member of this set. So we can write it is a subset. Let's write, since the set of all triangles in the same plane includes equilateral triangles also, because of that first set is a subset of the second one. Explanation, I think it is clear for you. Next one is question number 7, x such that x is an even natural number, and here x is an integer. Even natural number, we know that it is 2, 4, 6, etc. Natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3, etc. and from there even numbers if you collect, it is 2, 4, 6, etc. And here x is an integer. Integer means we know that it is -3, negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Surely these elements are included here also. Means first one is a subset of the second one. Reason we can write, since all even natural numbers are integers. All even natural number belongs to here also, integers also. Because of that, first set is a subset of the second one. Next we shall discuss the second question. Examine whether the following statements are true or false. We have to check whether the given statements are true or false. First one, set of a comma b is not a subset of set of b, c, a. So you can check here all the elements of the first set. Subset, we know that every element of the first set should be an element of the second set. Here you can see a comma b, set of a comma b is there. These two elements are there in this set also. Means surely this is a subset. First one is a subset of this one, but here marked as not a subset. So the statement is false. Next, set of a comma e, subset of x is a vowel in the English alphabet. Sure, English alphabet vowels means A, E, I, O, U. Here A, E is there. So this A, E also members of this set. Means it is a subset only. So it is a true statement. So we can write the answer as true. Third one is set of 1, 2, 3 is a subset of set of 1, 3, 5. You can see here 3 is not an element. Sorry, 3 is an element, but 2 is not an element. So here 2 is there, but 2 is not here. So all the elements of this set are not belongs to this set. So the symbol here, but it is given to us is subset of. It is a wrong statement. So it is a false statement. Question number 5. Set of A is a subset of set of A, B, C. Here you see only one element A, that is here also. Means all the elements of this set is an element of the second set. So this is a true statement. Surely it is a subset. So it is true. Fifth one, set of A, element of set of ABC. Here set of A is an element of, this is a symbol for element of. Element means member of this particular set. So set of A means it is a particular set it mentioning. But here if you want to check an element means it can be individual elements like A, B, C. No set notation should be there. So A, B, C individual elements, but here it is entire set is mentioned, set of A. So this is not an element of set of ABC. Set of A is not an element of set of ABC, but A alone without these brackets, if you consider A, then surely it is an element of set of ABC. But actually this set notation is there, because of that the symbol should come as not an element of. So it is a false statement. Next is question number 6. Set of x such that x is an even natural number less than 6. Then here is a subset of x such that x is a natural number which divides 36. So both are in set builder form. We have to write it separately. X is an even natural number less than 6. Even natural number means 2, 4, 6, 8. These are the even natural number. Even natural number less than 6 means only 2 and 4. Next is x is a natural number which divides 36. So first of all we have to check which are the numbers divisible by 36. They are, we know how to write the factors, like 1 into 36 is 36. Here 36 is a number. 2 into 18 also 36, 3 into 12 also 36, 4 into 9 36, 6 into 6 36. From here we will be selecting the numbers like this. These are the factors, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. So these are the numbers. And here x is a natural number which divides 36. That means these are the elements. And the first set elements means this one. So it is a subset is mentioned. You can see here 2 and 4. These 2 and 4 are the elements of this set also. Means first set numbers are the elements of the second set. Means it is a subset. The statement is true here. Next we shall discuss question number 3. The question is, let A is equal to set of 1, 2, set 3, 4. Remember this one, set of 3, 4, 5. Which of the following statements are incorrect and why? Here very carefully you have to go through the given set. Here you can see A is equal to set of 1, 2, set of 3, 4 and 5. You can see there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 elements only is there. The elements are 1, 2, this is another element, that is set of 3, 4. Together we will consider as one single element, and next is 5. Okay, individual 3 and 4 is not an element of this set. So entire set 3, 4 is an element here. So which of the following are correct and why? First question, set 3, 4 is a subset of A. So here set 3, 4. Set 3, 4. Set of 3, 4, if you take 3 and 4 are the elements. So 3 and 4 are the elements means these elements must be a part of A. So when you check A, 3 and 4, set 3, 4 is there, but 3, 4 individual elements are not there. So subset, we know the definition that first element whatever elements are there, first set whatever elements are there, the same element should be there in the second set. But here set 3, 4 means here 3, 4 are the elements. That 3, 4 is not belongs to this set, A set. So this is not a subset. Because of that it is incorrect statement. Reason it is written 3, 4 is in set 3, 4 but not in A. 3, 4 means it is there inside this set but not A set. Okay, so little bit of confusing this statement. Just as per your logic, just think and make clarity. Then question number 2, set of 3, 4 element of A. Sure it is set of 3, 4. It is a single term. Set of 3, 4 is there inside of A. So it is an element only. So the statement is correct. Next is question number 3. Set of set 3, 4 is a subset of A. Set of set 3, 4. Sure. So set 3, 4 is an element, and set of this element, individual element, set of that particular individual element is a subset only. So it is a correct statement. Next is question number 4. One element of A. Sure, 1 is an element here. So it is a correct statement. The next is question number 5. 1 is a subset of A. Not correct, because 1 is an individual element. So individual element we cannot consider as a subset. So the word itself says subset. So set notation should be there. This is only an individual element. So we can write 1 is an element, not a set. So because of that the given statement is incorrect. Then next is question number 6. Set of 1 to 5 subset of A. You can see set of 1, 2, 5. Subset definition means these elements must be there in A. You can see 1, 2, 5. Of course it is there. So the given statement is correct. Next is question number 7. Set of 1, 2, 5 element of A. Set of 1, 2, 5 element of A. No. So here 1, 2, 5 are the individual elements, but this set of 1 to 5 is a single term here because element of mentioned here. So because of that, the given statement is incorrect. Then question number 8. Set of 1, 2, 3 is subset of A. You can see 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 elements. You can check here. 1, 2 is there, but 3 is not there. So this 3, 4 is one single term, one single element. So 1, 2, 3 is not, all these 3 is not belongs to set A. So every element of this set must be an element of the second set. Then only we can say it is a subset. Here that is not satisfied. So because of that, the statement is incorrect. Then next is question number 9. 5 element of A. So 5 is not an element of A. Element of A is there are 1, 2, set 3, 4, 5. These are the elements. If you want 5, if you want to consider 5, we can consider as a subset, not an element. So 5 is not an element of A. Because of that, the statement is incorrect because here it is given to us element. Actually, it is not an element. Next is question number 10. 5 is a subset of A. Sure, every set is having a null set as a subset. So this is a true statement. Means the statement is correct. Next is 11th one. Set to 5 is a subset of A. Set to 5. Set to 5 is not a subset. 5 symbol alone is a subset. Okay. The set notation means it is something different meaning. So set to 5 is a set containing null set. So because of that is not a subset of A. Set of 5 is not a subset of A. Because of that, the statement is incorrect. Next we shall discuss question number 4. Write down all the subsets of the following sets. We are asked to write down the subsets of all the given sets. So here first question, set of A. So before start solving these questions, first of all let's recall some of the subsets concept. So every set is having 5 as a subset, and the same set itself is a subset of the set. So these are the two concepts we have learned before. So number of subsets calculation, there is a formula also. So number of subsets is equal to 2 power n. This is the formula. Number of subsets is equal to 2 power n. N means the number of elements of the given set. Here A is having only one element, means n is 1. So 2 power 1 is equal to 2. So we should get 2 subsets for this set. So 2 subsets means it is having only one single element. So the 2 subsets quite simple. One is the null set, another one is the set itself. So here null set and the set itself are the subsets of the set. Because of that, our subsets, when we consider set A is one subset, means the same set, and null set is another set. Next is question number 2, set of AB. Here there are 2 elements. So number of subsets formula we know, that is 2 power n. So here n is 2. Number of subset is 2 power n. 2 power n is when you consider it is 2 power 2. 2 power 2 is 4. So we will get 4 subsets. So quite simple. Each individual element is the subset. So set of A, set of B, set of AB, the same set, and null set. 4 are there. So the subsets of set AB are null set. First set we have written. Then set of A, individual element you have taken. Then set of B, another individual element, second element. Then the set itself, that is set of AB. There are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets, subsets. So set of 1, 2, 3. Here there are 3 elements, n is equal to 3. So number of subsets we know 2 power n formula. 2 power 3 is 8. So we will get 8 subsets. So when we are just counting the subsets, you have to be very careful selecting the numbers. So there should be an order you have to possess. Okay. So the subsets of set 1, 2, 3 are, first of all we will start with 5. 5 it is written. Then individual elements we can take set 1, 2, 3. Each element is a subset. Set of 1, set of 2, set of 3 it's taken. Then 2 elements. Set of 1, 2. 2 elements if you take, this is a subset. Then next is set of 2, 3. This is another element. Sorry, another subset. Then next when you check, it is 1, 1 comma 3, set of 1 comma 3 we have taken. This is another subset. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, then one set, full set itself is the subset. Once again you just check it here. First a null set we have taken, then with the individual elements we have taken the subsets, and with the two elements 1 2 2 3 1 3 cyclic order if you possess, it will be easy for you to identify. Then finally the last set itself. Then number 4, 5 is, we have to write the subset of 5. So n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0 means there is no number of elements in a null set. So number of subset means 2 power n. 2 power n means 2 power 0. 2 power 0 we know that it is 1. So surely 5 itself is the subset. So the only subset of 5 is 5 itself. Next we shall discuss question number 5. How many elements has P of A if A is equal to 5? P of A means power set of A. This is the symbol for power set notation. How many elements has P of A, power set of A, if A is equal to n null set? So P of A is the power set of A and n is equal to 0. Number of elements of that particular set is 0 because it is a null set. So number of elements of P of A, we have learned the formula 2 power m we have learned, but here n also we can use 2 power n. So 2 power n, that means 2 power 0. 2 power 0 is 1. So number of elements of P of A is 1. You can write the final statement as hence P of A has 1 element. So next we shall discuss question number 6. The question is, write the following as intervals. So we have to write the given statement as intervals. First question, x such that x element of R we know that it is real numbers, minus 4 less than x less than or equal to 6. So while writing in intervals, just we have to keep it in mind that if you use open bracket, this is called curved brackets or open brackets, means the writing numbers, first number and second number, whatever you write here inside as ordered pairs, that numbers not considered. And if you use square brackets like this bracket, if you use whatever numbers if you write inside as ordered pair, that two numbers also will be considered. Open bracket if you use, the numbers what you write inside, that will not be considered. Square bracket if you use, both the numbers whatever you are writing as ordered pair, that also will be considered. Here x such that x element of R minus 4 less than x less than or equal to 6. Remember here minus 4 less than, equal to symbol is not there. Equal to symbol is not there means minus 4 will not be considered. Just after minus 4 only will be taken. This minus 4 we will not take. But here if you check, equal to symbol is there, less than or equal to 6 means this 6 will be considered. Means here we have to use open bracket and here we have to use closed bracket, because here 6 we will be taking because there is equal to symbol. Here minus 4 we will not consider because equal to is not there. So we will be writing interval as open bracket minus 4 6 closed with a closed bracket. Okay, so this is what the interval writing. Okay, next one, x such that x element of R minus 12 less than x less than minus 10. Here you can see there is no equal to here, there is no equal to here also, means both are not included. Just you can use curved bracket or open bracket, means open bracket minus 12 minus 10. That's all. These two numbers you have to write. These brackets are having its own significance here. Next is x such that x element of R 0 less than or equal to x less than 7. Here less than or equal to is there, means 0 is included, means square bracket here. And here equal to not there, means 7 we will not consider, so open bracket. So we will be writing as square bracket 0 comma 7. Question number 4, x such that x element of R 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. Both the portions we are having equal to symbol. So here also equal to symbol is there, here also equal to symbol is there. So here also square bracket, here also square bracket. So we will be writing as closed interval 3 comma 4. Next we shall discuss question number 7. Write the following intervals in set builder form. First question, open interval minus 3 comma 0. So minus 3 comma 0, we will explain this one little bit. Already we have explained, but in return. All real numbers between minus 3 and 0 are included, but minus 3 and 0 not included. Between minus 3 and 0 we will be considered, but minus 3 and 0 we will not take. So means when you write equal to symbol should not be there, less than and greater than symbol we can use. So minus 3 0 equal to set of all x such that x element of R. This is set builder form. So because of that we start like this, x such that x belongs to the real numbers. Minus 3 you can see here, less than, equal to symbol is not there, less than x less than 0. Quite simple. Just open bracket means just avoid equal to symbol, that's all. Next is closed bracket or closed interval 6 comma 12. Square bracket we have used means 6 and 12 both included. So here all real numbers between 6 and 12 are included, and 6 and 12 are also included. Here the border numbers we will not be taking since it is open interval. Here closed interval means both that starting and ending numbers also will be included. So 6 comma 12 equal to set of all x such that x element of R, this is common. 6 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 12. Here you can see equal to is there, less than or equal to, here also less than or equal to. The next is 6 comma 12, but for starting with a square open interval, and here is a closed bracket, open bracket and closed bracket. Here all real numbers 6 and 12 are included. 6 is not included, 12 is included, because behind 6 there is open bracket, that's why 6 is not included. Here after 12 there is a closed bracket or square bracket, so 12 is included. So this can be written as x such that x element of R, 6 less than, because it is open bracket, 6 less than x less than or equal to, because it is a square bracket after 12, so less than or equal to 12. Next is minus 3 comma 5. So here first is square bracket, next is open bracket, curved bracket. So what we have to do, just minus 3 comma 5 means here first part you will be putting equal to symbol, minus 23 less than or equal to. The last part 5 there is no equal to, only less than. So x such that x element of R, minus 23 less than or equal to x less than 5. So this is the fourth question answer. Next we shall discuss question number 8. What universal set or sets would you propose for each of the following? Here universal set means it is a set containing all elements. For example, here just first question, the set of right triangles are mentioned. So here actually we are asked to write a universal set for this set. So we have to form a bigger set which includes this set. Once again, universal set if you want to form means we have to form a bigger set which includes this set also. So right triangles, right triangle means it comes from triangles. So right triangle means it is a part of or type of a triangle. So universal set we can write as a triangle, set of all triangles, it is a universal set. Or else set of all two-dimensional shapes, that also from there only the right triangles are coming. Or else we can say that it is types of polygons, set of polygons, that is also can be considered as a universal set of this one, because right triangle is a polygon as well. So any three just you can choose. Here for the set of right triangles, the universal set can be the set of triangles or the set of polygons. Here mentioned two, set of triangles and a set of polygons, because set of triangles if you consider, right triangles are the part of these triangles, and a set of polygons if you consider, this is a universal set. From polygon only we are getting triangles. Triangle is also a part of polygons. Next is the set of isosceles triangles. Quite simple, like this one only. Isosceles triangles also, there are three different ways we can mention the universal set. Just a set of triangles. Set of triangles if you consider, isosceles triangle is a part of triangle. The next is two-dimensional shape, set of two-dimensional shapes. Isosceles triangle is also a two-dimensional shape, and if you want to write, you can write as a polygon also, set of polygons. Isosceles triangle is also a polygon. So we have to form a set which includes this one. That is what we have to keep in mind. So for the set of isosceles triangles, the universal set can be the set of triangles, or a set of polygons, or a set of two-dimensional shapes. Any one it is enough. Here we have mentioned three, but you can choose any one. But the concept should be clear for you. And the last question of this exercise, question number 9. Given the sets A is equal to set of 1, 3, 5, B is equal to set of 2, 4, 6, and C is equal to set of 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Three sets are given to us. Which of the following may be considered as universal set or sets for all the three sets A, B and C? For all the three sets A, B and C, you have to check whether the given set is a universal set or not. So universal set we have already discussed before. It is a set containing all the elements. Means you have to check the given set is containing these elements. Means the 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are the three sets, and these three sets elements also should be there in the given set. Then we can say that it is a universal set of the three given sets. Here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the set given to us. Now elements of A, B and C together we have to check. A, B, C means it is having 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 0, 8. So one element only one time. 1 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, then 2 is there, 4 is there, 6 is there, and 0 to 4 2 and 4 before we have taken, 6 also before we have taken. So 0 and 8 we didn't take before, so that 0 and 8 is included. So A, B and C together if you consider these are the elements, and whether you have to check whether this given set is having these elements or not. So when you check, it is quite clear the given set is not containing 8. 8 is not there. Even though the order is not there, almost all the elements are there, but 8 is not there. So because of that, it cannot be a universal set. Then second one is 5. So elements of A, B, C means these are the elements previously we have written, and 5 does not contain any element. So 5 cannot be the universal set. But 5 can be a subset, but 5 cannot be the universal set of the given sets A, B and C. Number 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here elements of A, B, C means 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 0, 8. And here the number of elements are more. This set contains all the elements. You can see 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, 6 is there, 0 is there, 8 is there. All these elements are here. Other than these, additional elements also included. So the set contains all the elements. The given set is containing all the elements of A, B and C. So because of that, it can be a universal set of A, B and C. And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this question you will try it as homework. Dear students, today we have solved problems from exercise 1.2 and exercise 1.3. I request all the students to go through these questions and just recall all the basic concepts, and while recalling and while solving, if you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the discussion session. Thank you for watching.